Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. So in the last episode it was against Stout Bucharest, and today we are going to be playing AC Milan in our Champions League group stage. But before we get into that, we do have fixtures to review since the last time we met. We followed up the Champions League game with a 4-1 home win against Huddersfield. Wagnerman, Jaramillo, Fabio Silva and Ronaldo Vieira getting the goals for us. They got a man sent off in their 62nd minute, but the game was already done. By that point, a good win. And in our second game against Stout Bucharest in the Champions League, we absolutely smashed them. You look at the amount of shots we had in this match, it's absolutely astounding that the game ended up finishing 3-0, but it was a fully rotated side. Everyone from our second string was involved in this game. Emerson got himself a couple and Tony Lauto got himself one, proving that the wing-backs can perform going forward. We then came crashing back down to earth in the Premier League. Manchester City beating us 3-1 away from home. Alexander Isak got us a consolation goal, if nothing else, in the 64th minute. And in a game where Man City did dominate, they deserved the 3 points. But we did bounce back though against Schalke in the Champions League. Brent Beckiart getting himself 2, Alexander Isak getting himself 1 in what was a dominant performance. And again, we come crashing back down to earth, this time away from home against Arsenal. Harry Wilson gave them the lead, and Immobile, he's been our tormentor a little bit, Immobile. I'm pretty sure he was at Man United for a little while. He was there for a season or so. And yeah, he scored against us then for Man United, and he scored against us again, this time for Arsenal. Next up was the Carabao Cup third round against Burnley away from home. We managed to win this one 3-0. Alexander Isak, Moise Kean and Aitor de Paula. We then had a home tie against High Fly and Newcastle United. Dani Olmo, Wagnerman and an own goal secured the 3-1 victory. And probably the best performance of them all, we absolutely demolished Chelsea at home in the Premier League. Brent Beckiart, Jaramillo and Wagnerman getting the goals. 3-0 against Chelsea is a stupidly good performance and a stupidly good win. And in the final game before we'll play AC Milan today, it was a 3-1 away victory against Fulham. Alexander Isak got himself a couple of goals. Jurlek got himself a goal, as well as I think Dani Olmo was injured. He might still be injured actually. Brent Beckiart actually gave them the lead with an own goal in the 14th minute. But eventually we bounced back and we scraped through with a win. So all them results in the Premier League sees us lying in third position in the table. Only 2 points behind Manchester City in first. But Liverpool do have a game in hand in second and can go 4 points clear from ourselves, top of the league. But we are top of our Champions League group. We are the only side with a 100% record. We've obviously played Stout Bucharest twice and Schalke once. We've still got AC Milan to play twice, who are our competition for the top spot. And please forgive my stupidity. I didn't realise the year in which we were playing. It is 2022 and it is the World Cup in Qatar. So as you can see by me scheduling, it is all completely messed up. We play AC Milan today in October. We play them again at the beginning of November. Then we haven't got another match till the 31st of December whilst the World Cup is going on. And we've got our final group game in the Champions League this season in the 4th of January. So we're playing Champions League group games in January. Yeah, so this is a little taster of how it will go in real life, I would imagine. Completely screwed up the schedule altogether, but we'll play AC Milan today and we'll see how we get on. In terms of the lineup, this is how we're going to go today. Craig Davies will start in goal. Luis Felipe, Reece Oxford will be our 2 centre-halves. Wagnerman as our right wing-back, Toussaint in defensive midfield, and Aaron Martin as our left wing-back. Beckiart and Tonelli will play in the centre of midfield. Jurlek, Jaramillo and Isak will be our 3 up top. So going into today's match against AC Milan, we know that a win would see us comfortably go top of the table. They're on 7 points, we are on 9 points. So if we can get the 3 points today, we're comfortable at the top of the table really. We'll take them back home to our home ground and hopefully get a performance against them there. But today will be the sort of litmus test as to how good our team is going to perform in Europe this season. AC Milan are obviously no mugs, and they definitely have some good players on Football Manager. So we'll see how it goes today. Sturaro gives the ball away by AC Milan, but Willian wins it back for them. And hopefully we can win it back from Çalhanoğlu on this left-hand side. He's kept hold of possession really well, but Toussaint gets the challenge in, and Jaramillo can set away Jurlek. He's got him behind the defence, but Romagnoli is equal to it. Beckiart now, he sprays the ball at the left-hand side for Aaron Martin. Can he get a decent ball in? He can. Caldara's there to head clear, but what? That's a penalty. Never mind, he hasn't headed it clear. Somebody gave away a penalty there, and Brent Beckiart will step up and hopefully slot it away. Oh, Donnarumma man with a save. I have been so inconsistent with penalties on Football Manager 2019. I don't know about you, but yeah, they don't tend to go well for me. Highlight now, Tonali. We're very, very pushed forward now. If they win the ball back, there could be a breaking opportunity. But Alexander Isak's in the box. He takes the strike, but it goes just wide. And that's half-time. A relatively quiet first half, I would say. Where we have dominated the game in terms of, you know, who's actually coming out the better of the two sides. But we haven't really created anything apart from the penalty that would put us in front. So it's going to be an interesting second half. Maybe AC Milan might go for this. They've got to really. They're second in the group, 2 points behind us, and this is their home tie against us, so they'll definitely want the 3 points here, obviously. This highlight is still continuing from kickoff, and it's another corner for AC Milan. Hopefully it doesn't lead to anything, and we manage to get clear. Obviously some really good players in the AC Milan lineup. Sturaro is a really good, versatile Italian player. He's playing at right back for them currently. I would definitely suggest playing him centre midfield if you ever do have him. And Frank Kessie is one of the best defensive midfielders on the game, or central midfielders on the game. He's absolutely fantastic. So again, if you ever get the opportunity to sign this guy, I would take it. 70 minutes in and not a lot is happening in terms of either side creating opportunities. So we'll see who's maybe not performing the best. We'll get Aaron Martin off for Tony Lato. Lato has been performing well when he is getting games. Alexander Isak will come off for Fabio Silva. And Brent Beckier will get off at Aitor de Paul. We'll make all our 3 subs. Hopefully there'll be no injuries or sendings off. Otherwise we're pretty knackered. But we've got to go for this game. We'll make the changes we've made. A draw away from home against AC Milan would not be the worst thing at all. If we can get the 3 points back at the London Stadium, that will be fantastic. But getting beat will be a little bit of a sore one. As I just mentioned, Luis Felipe, he's getting himself sent off. So we're down to 10 men. We've got no substitutions to make. So we're going to have to be a bit inventive about what we do here. So I think that's the lineup we're going to go with now. We've dropped Toussaint back in the centre-half position, which is not comfortable with. Don't get me wrong, but he's our most defensive-minded player that is not currently playing in defence. We've dropped Jerlek back, we've dropped Tonali back, and we've dropped Jaramillo back to try and make us a little bit more compact. I am going to change this to a cautious mentality to maybe try and catch them on the break or something. But a draw now would be absolutely great as he is... Oh, it's us with a corner. Jerlek plays it in. Fabio Silva's on the edge of the box, but he gives it away. Tonali keeps it alive, and Bonaventure, why have we left one person back against 2? Çalhanoğlu now. Jonathan Clary's there, but Reece Oxford, oh my god, that was absolutely crazy. I understand maybe it's my defensive corner tactic, but to leave one person back against AC Milan with 5 minutes to go, and what is Toussaint doing? He doesn't even go for the ball. Çalhanoğlu plays it in. Reece Oxford does not get rid at all. Craig Davies could maybe do a little bit better against Caleri's shot as well, but that was absolutely suicide defending, and we've definitely paid the price. It's made the group a little bit more interesting, if nothing else. Maybe we can get a goal back though. Fabio Silva's in behind the defence now. Poor strike, never going in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't make all 3 substitutions before the last 5 minutes or so. We've definitely been caught out now. Luis Felipe letting us down. Going down to 10 men, and Lucas Toussaint was the one who's caused the goal, really. I mean, no, he didn't cause the goal. I caused the goal by not making sure there was enough people remaining back after the corner, but you just expect that sort of thing to be taken care of, don't you? You don't expect one person to stay back. Donnarumma gets man of the match, probably because of his penalty save, and we lose 1-0 against AC Milan. So after that result against Milan, we are now in second in our group. 1 defeat to our name. AC Milan did draw one of their games against Schalke, so we've got that going for us, I guess. But we're going to have to beat them when we play them at home, I think. If we want to get top of this group, to be honest, we're not even qualified yet. Let's qualify first, and then let's try and get top of the group. So in terms of the next episode, it will be the final group game against Schalke, which is the 4th of January, as I stated earlier. But we do have AC Milan to play in between, which might see who might finish top of the group. We don't know, but we need a win against them. But we will be playing the Schalke game as the live come. And that's going to be it from me. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you enjoy my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.